Start first of all, your name and job title.
Shaun, Richardson, head coach of the Trojans.
Okay, so what does it mean for you to see your team back up and running?
Well, to be honest with you, I never thought I'd see it happen. As I said previously, we closed down in '98, got back together, and it's just fantastic now. The response, the interest in the game, it's good.
And for you moving forward now, what are your plans, personal plans for this team?
Well, I would like to see it grow. Obviously, the junior team, feeding it up from the bottom. Maybe start a pee-wee team, feed that up to a junior team, and so on up to the seniors, and just keep it going and growing.
And how many players you got here? About 30 players?
It's about 35, 40. I think we've got about 55 to 60 on the books in total. But obviously, family commitments, if they got work commitments as well, so it fluctuates. But on a general basis, about between 35 and 45 regular every week for training.
Is that a good amount of players to have, or do you want more?
We always want more. Strength at depth is essential. Basically, the collisions in this sport are very violent, a lot more velocity, and it's what happens off the ball when we get the injuries. If it's a key player, then we've got trouble. So.
And through your recruitment process, anyone welcome?
Anyone's welcome. First week is free. Get to try it out. If they like it, we give them a set time before they have to join the team officially. The team supply the equipment, and if they like it, once they've signed up, that's it.
I think a lot of people say, isn't it really expensive to buy all the kit, and what do you say to that?
Years ago it used to be. It was very, very expensive. Due to the Sport England grant that we had, we've been able to supply and have a stock of team kit, which we loan out to the newer players. And what we're doing now is we're starting to rent it out at £2 or £3 a week until they can afford to buy their own. But because the sport has got so big since the 80s, 90s, there's a lot of university teams that have teams. You get guys that try out for the team, decide they're going to buy their own kit, after a couple of months decide it's not for them or get injured and retire, and you can find the equipment cheap on eBay.
Well, that's what I found is a massive uni group of those that are playing American football now.
That's right.
Play what you like at uni, can't you?
That's right. We have a bit of an advantage because once the uni season finishes, they can register for the BAFA League, in which case they can then play with us, which helps to swell numbers and obviously experience.
And how far can you travel? What's the furthest that you'll travel?
It all depends on the league. This season, I think the furthest we'll be travelling will be Farnborough. Farnborough, and there's the Solent Warriors, which is going to be around the Portsmouth area. Years before, we travelled Swindon, Cardiff, Wrekin, those sort of distances.
They're long away days, aren't they?
Those will be, yes. But it all depends on how we get on the league. Obviously,
is barbaric as rugby?
We have a lot of rugby players play, and they still play. We've had a lot of rugby players who've tried out and didn't quite like it. But yes, it's a violent game. It's a violent sport.
Too physical?
That's not for me to say. That would be down to them. I'm not making any judgments, but I had a lot of injuries. As a player myself, I've had a lot of injuries. So.
Is it knees mostly?
Knees, concussion injuries, broken ribs, shoulders. That's the majority of injuries, and fingers, obviously fingers and wrists.
It's not a light-hearted game, is it?
No, obviously if you're a ball carrier, a running back equivalent to a wing in rugby, you're carrying the ball, those guys are going to stick a helmet which weighs about 6 to 9 pounds with a steel face gauge into your hands to knock the ball loose. So it's one of them. If they get the ball, they keep possession of it.